playing around of an experience, just baking for my family, that's all. And so today I'm going to tell you my story. Why I like to bake, why I'm a baker, why I have a business. So I grew up in Mozambique. When I was about 10, 11 or 8, my job at home, I used to go to a local padaria, how we call it, a bakery in Mozambique. So I used to go to the bakery every morning, 40 minutes walk, round trip. I used to walk there, flip-flops on, soft sand of Mozambican sand, walk through the village. I used to pass the football pitch. And the bakery was always busy. And the baker couldn't see me, or I couldn't even see the baker, couldn't see me because it was busy and a queue, taller people than I am. But eventually I got my change, I got my coins, and I used to say 10 pães, which means 10 breads, 10 bread rolls in Portuguese. And I got my bread nice and fresh and warm. I couldn't wait to get home. And when back home, I used to stop. And occasionally I used to stop and watch the football pitch or the football game on a community football pitch. I used to stay there maybe for 10, 15, 20 minutes and then walk back home to have breakfast. A centerpiece of our breakfast at home. It's just simple breakfast: bread, black tea, sometimes powdered milk, and peanut butter. I used to call it botella, or black cat, from South Africa. I believe if you're South African, you will know about what I'm talking about. Or if you've been to South Africa, you know what I'm saying. And back in UK here, and how I started baking. Before when I came to the UK 8 years ago, I never thought about becoming a baker. I just had a regular job, and I worked in Nando's as a griller. I enjoyed that job. Because I love cooking. I still cook. I still cook. I love cooking. Cooking, baking cakes, never baked bread. So one day, 4 years ago, I made peanut butter from scratch, trying to recreate the memory or relive the memory that I had in childhood eating peanut butter. And I wanted to show my kids. But then I thought, I could make bread as well, just to make the whole thing like nice warm bread and peanut butter. So I made the peanut butter from scratch. And I started looking for recipes, how to make bread, fresh bread, pound Portuguese rolls. And I find the recipes on YouTube. I start practicing. I practice. And I finally got it right. I started having some good results. And me and the kids, we enjoyed it, and the family. And I got hooked to making bread. I couldn't stop making bread. I told my wife, I will make bread from now on, don't need to buy any more bread. She said, okay, that's fine for me. I made bread for a few weeks. And I was making more bread than we can eat. And I started giving to neighbors. I give to neighbors, to co-workers. And one of my neighbors, he said, when I was going to deliver to him, he said, this is really good bread, Leo. I really enjoyed it. And you can make a good business of this. You can be a baker, you can sell this bread. I said, no, I'm not selling. I'm just playing around of an experience, just baking for my family, that's all. And a week later, I was thinking, maybe he's right. Maybe it's something I have to try and find out. So I'm going to take a chance. I start registering as a business, food business. And I didn't have the name because I didn't think about business or anything like that. Maybe Leo the baker, because I'm Leo and I bake. So that's easy to combine and people easy to remember. And I went for Leo the baker. Registered, I created social media, Instagram and Facebook for it, to start advertising. Yeah, and I started advertising. And then I told my parents, this is where it gets interesting. I told my parents after a few weeks in the business, I told my mom, my dad actually, I said, I started making bread and I'm selling it. And he said to me, when you were a baby, we used to make bread and sell at the market. I said, oh, that's interesting. So back in my mind, I realized, okay, so this is meant to be then. So that was an anchor for me, just I continued to do it because, so I knew my parents did the same. And from that experience, I sort of find out what made it like a lineage of things. In the course of years, I started realizing who I am, learning about myself, what I can do based on my parents. Like my dad, he was a teacher, or he's a teacher, retired now. He used to be a teacher. Now, when I grew up, I used to say I don't want to be a teacher because my dad is a teacher and stuff. But now I'm teaching bread. I'm basically a teacher, as my daddy was. My mom, she has an entrepreneurial mindset. I remember she wasn't working, and then my parents they're not to get divorced when I was 18 months, or separate when I was 18 months. And when I was a little boy, my mom used to buy some second-hand clothes, like big batch of it, and take to rural villages where there's like trees or farms, like cashew nut farms, not even a farm, families who have cashew nut trees and stuff. So she used to go there and trade, give the clothes to people who don't have much clothes and get some cashew nuts, put in a big bag of sacks, and then bring it back to the town and sell it to the shops. So she have the money to support us, buy some more bread, and then she bought, I remember another business she had, which was selling second-hand shoes in town, and I used to wear, I had free shoes. So that's entrepreneurial side of me is from my mom. Although now my parents, my dad and my stepmom, they have a business which is events for people, weddings and parties and stuff, making it look good. So it's a both side. I guess both of them have definite entrepreneurs. And I always wanted to have a business, work for myself. Especially when my son was born, I decided I wanted to have a business because I didn't want to tell him, you can follow your dream, you can achieve anything you want, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not doing it myself. And I thought he'll be intelligent enough to ask me, if he say I can do this, but you're not doing it, how is that supposed to add up? So I thought, I'm not gonna say what I was told, or majority of us that were told, like, you grow up, you go to school, and then get a job. I didn't want to say that to my kids. I wanted to show them, you can grow up, still go to school, identify your gift, things you're good at, and serve the community. That is my main reason I wanted to have a business for myself. So the kids can see it, find something I really enjoy. And I didn't find this quick enough. I wanted to. Because when I was at Nando's, there was a point I was like, oh, this is too hard, I don't want this beer here anymore. But I heard Steve Harvey said, listen to Steve Harvey, comedian, American comedian, says, your gift is things you do absolute best with least amount of effort. And I started thinking, what is my gift? What are the things I enjoy? What are the things I do so well without working hard at it? It took me a while. It took 5 years to start making bread. But I thought it was a photography, because it's the things you like, that's your passion. You know, we often hear, follow your dream, follow your passion. But, you know, me doing this, I'm looking in a way that I think it's not about just following your dream. It's finding the thing you do best, the thing you do and enjoy. And if that thing you can serve someone, I think that's it. You can make a living, you can make it into a dream and evolve from that. Not just having a big dream. Sometimes we have a dream because we saw someone have this and that. Or material things, let's just say, cars, home, and thinking we start coveting that and thinking that and aiming for that and dreaming for that. without thinking. If that person has those sort of things because they find a gift, they using a talent to serve the community, whether it's entertainment. Let's say, give an example, Michael Jackson, for example, he discovered his gift was dancing and music and singing, and he did that to serve the community, to entertain us, and we pay to see him and stuff. That his service, he served the community, served the world. So that's our job, to find our gift, and we can do the same. Whatever, if you want to be like Michael Jackson, doesn't need to be like Michael Jackson. As long as you're happy where you are, doing what you're doing, enjoy serving the community, I think that's enough. It's not about how much money you have; it's how much you feel inside. If you put your head in a pillow, find peace, or in peace, I think that's enough. And I think I've been successful over these 4 years because I've had that. I've been put my head in peace. Doesn't mean I didn't have struggles. I had lots of struggles, lots of tears and stuff. That's another story, another day. But the aim today is just we should find our gift, practice and practice and practice, and serve the community. As I'm trying to show the kids, or my kids, to see if they can find their gift and they can live a better life, or a way that they can be happy. Anyway, I need to stop. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and check in the description below for other links to see other video, me vlogging and recipes and stuff. But thank you for watching, and don't give up in your dream, don't give up in your talent. It's not over until you win, until you feel peace inside.